What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Pharmacy and DSHP, where we share our DSHP member stories and how their involvement with DSHP has impacted their pharmacy journey. And today I have none other than the one and only chapter president, Dr. Brooke Betts, who is honoring us with her presence and sharing her journey through pharmacy and DSHP with us. Welcome, Brooke. I'm so excited to have you.
Oh my gosh, I'm more excited. This is incredible. And I feel so honored to be on here with you. These are
I'm
so
honored to have you on here. The members are honored to have you on. So let's start by learning a little bit about you. Tell us about yourself. Why did you decide to become a pharmacist? And how has that journey been for you up to where you are today?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Brooke Betts. I'm currently a medication safety pharmacist at Stanford Healthcare Tri-Valley.
Hello.
And I got into pharmacy. Actually, my mom is a nurse.
Ah,
And of course,
okay.
I was just like obsessed with my mom. And I was like, Mom, I want to be just like you. I want to be a nurse. And my mom was so funny. She sat me down and she said, Hun, you're not cut out to be a nurse. She said,
Okay.
she's like, you can't be a nurse. You're not going to be good at it.
Okay.
Go talk to your uncle. He's a pharmacist and see if you like what he does.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
it was actually my uncle's influence, and he kind of talked to me. He works in a hospital as a pharmacist and talks to me about all the things that he does and how he helps with the physicians, gets to interact with the patients. And I thought that was just really cool. I could still get the experience of working with the nurses that my mom did and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yes, my uncle really influenced me to kind of get
Awesome.
involved.
Okay. And then what's next? When did you decide to become a pharmacist? Where do you go to school?
I actually went to school. I'm from California, but I was
Nice.
like, I want to live in the snow. I'm going to go do the snow thing. And so I actually ran out to
Oh,
Denver, Colorado for my pharmacy
oh,
school, where
okay.
I
Okay.
was lucky enough to get my PharmD and my master's in health services administration.
Mm,
So I
wow.
had that awesome experience. And then I was like, okay, I lived in the snow. And then I quickly ran back to California, where I was
Oh my
very
God.
lucky. I did my PGY1 and my PGY2 over at Stanford Healthcare in Palo Alto.
Okay. Okay. And that's where you're working now.
Yes, yes. I work on the community side of that health system now
Okay.
in the East Bay, which is very close to our local chapter, DSHP.
That's right. That's right. Awesome journey. And I mean, Stanford is hashtag goals, as they say these days. So you've done so great so far. Can you tell us now about your involvement with the SHP? When did that begin, and what roles have you played throughout your career?
Yeah, actually, it's been really important for me to be involved with CSHP and DSHP. And it actually started, even though I was in pharmacy school in another state, I
Yeah,
knew eventually I wanted to come home.
yeah, yeah.
So I actually became a member of DSHP. And during my breaks, I would come back home and I would try to attend some of the local events here in DSHP so I could start networking and learning people and learning about the hospitals
Hey,
because I
from
had no
Colorado.
idea. Yeah. And so I was
Whoa.
on breaks. And it was actually so funny. The first dinner program I ever went to, I
Yeah.
sat down next to this guy in a Hawaiian t-shirt. And I was like, oh, hi, my
Let
name's
me guess, Dr. Yoshizuka?
and he's heavily involved with CSHP and
I
DS,
know.
and he was a huge influence in encouraging me to stay involved.
Okay.
So kind of DSHP was kind of like a natural progression. I really loved coming out and meeting everyone. It's a very welcoming environment.
It is.
And
It
then
is.
as a new practitioner, I was kind of overwhelmed with all the things that you can do at CSHP. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, the easiest thing that I can do is get involved with my peers and my new practitioners. So I kind of took that role on at DSHP as a new practitioner liaison, and then also at the state level. In the new practitioner executive committee,
Okay.
and I oversee that
Yeah.
that team right now, as well
Got
as
you.
sit on the
Okay.
board for
Mm-hmm.
CSHP and chapter president for DSHP. So kind of all over the place, but it's allowed me to meet so many
So
awesome
much.
people.
Yes, yes, yes. And I really think that the new practitioner executive committee is a nice foot in the door, because most graduates, all graduates, are new practitioners and still trying to find their ways and their direction in their career.
Yeah.
So I think there's no other place than being with other new practitioners in this sort of formal setting and
Yeah.
getting support and mentorship and career guidance from fellow new practitioners.
Totally.
And you're also chapter president, you're on the board, you've done and being so much in terms of involvement with DSHP and CSHP. So if you can tell us, how do you feel that this involvement has impacted your pharmacy journey, your pharmacy career?
I think there's a number of ways. I think number one, and I think people have said this in your previous episodes as well, is the
Yeah.
networking is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
NPEC puts on a mentorship program where we match practitioners up with practicing pharmacists who
Yes.
have more experience. And that was one of my aha moments at CSHP, where I really understood the power of those connections. My mentor, I was very, very lucky, and I actually got matched up with Dr. Lorianne DiMartini, who's actually
Oh my
CEO.
gosh.
Right.
Damn.
And so
The
as soon as
CEO.
I was like, oh my, I was so excited and so intimidated. I think I got on
That
my
must
first
have been
call.
intimidating. Oh my God.
Got on my first call and I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was actually so funny. So I shared an office and I was on my first call, and my office mate, who's a practicing pharmacy, she turns around after the call and she goes, was that Dr. DiMartini? And I was like, yes. I was like, she's my mentor now. And she's like, that is so incredible.
So
And
cool.
it's
So
so
cool.
awesome to learn from her and just get her guidance. And even if it's not Dr. DiMartini, it's so nice to have someone who's not in your immediate circle that you can really share genuinely, this is what I'm going through, or this is the situation that I'm in. And they can just be a sounding board and really help you make decisions and just guide you through those things. So I think that's a big part. And also it's helped me personally as well. I think with DSHP, it's not just all pharmacy. They put on things like financial talks where I go in and I'm like, here's all my student loans, please help me.
Yes.
So
Financial talk.
Yeah, so it's everything. It's not just the networking, which was incredibly important for someone who isn't from the area. Like I did my pharmacy school out of state, so I had zero network. So with that, but then also all these little things that you can get involved with, all these pockets within CSHP and your local chapters, that really, you can kind of pick and choose depending on what you need or what your interests are, what you want to get involved with.
Yeah. So I get that you got a lot of inspiration. I mean, getting hooked up with Dr. Lorianne DiMartini is the ultimate, because they say, I've heard people say, if you want to, that's how I go by. If I find someone that I admire, that that is at a really high point in her career, and I admire that person, and that could be an inspiration, a vision of your future self. I want to be just like her when I grow up, and it kind of pushes you to figure out, what did she do to be where she is, and how can I do the same? And if you're matched up with someone like that for a year and take advantage of that, that can have a huge impact on your career. The financial talks that you mentioned, the networking with our dinners and our events that we have throughout the year, to keep us connected, keep us inspired, keep us focused, and promote career growth, and that's what I'm getting from everything that you said. And that, guys, is what getting involved with your local pharmacy chapter like DSHP can do for you personally and professionally.
Yeah.
So I think we've already said it, but in your own words, why should people join DSHP and CSHP, and how do they get started? How do they reach out to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, I think the biggest message that I'll put across is get involved in any way you can. You don't have to be the chapter president. You don't have to be on the board of directors at CSHP. If that's not
Yes.
the commitment level that you have at this point, that's totally okay.
Yeah.
I definitely encourage it because I'm having tons of fun. But
Yeah.
if depending on where you're at in your career or in your life, like that's totally fine. Just join a local chapter and
Yeah.
go to a dinner program or go to a
Exactly.
night out with industry or
Mhm.
a member appreciation barbecue. Do
Yeah.
those little things and
Yeah.
it re-inspires you about the profession. It gets you all hyped up
Absolutely.
again because you get stuck in the day to
Absolutely.
day. And when you get
Absolutely.
out there and you start
Yes.
meeting people and talking
Yes.
about this is what I do, this is what you do. Oh, are
Yes.
you having this issue? Me too. How are you working on that?
Yes.
I think those conversations, they
Yes.
really get you excited again about the
Mhm.
profession and when we're
Mhm.
going, where we're
Mhm.
going and the impact
Mhm.
that we get to make.
Mhm.
So I really encourage everyone, even if it's just, going to a dinner, that's a level of engagement that we really want to encourage. And then when you're ready, we have tons of board positions, we have tons of committees, we have tons of things out there that we would love to have
Yes. Yes.
everyone have a seat
Yes.
at the table and giving
Yes.
their input. So
Yes.
it's never too early and it's never too late to get involved.
Yes.
And so, yeah, my call to action would really just be reach out to us, Brigitte, myself, the DSHP email, and there's a membership page on the
Yes.
CSH
Yes.
website that
There's
has
a
a lot of
website.
information
Mhm.
on it as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
So those are the ways that you can get into contact with us, and we look forward to hearing from everyone.
Absolutely. And there's a space for everyone, whether you're a student in pharmacy school, whether you're an aspiring pharmacy student or a pharmacy technician, a pharmacist. There's something to do for anyone who is
Definitely.
interested in getting involved with pharmacy. And there's the DSHP email, which is dshp@cshp.org. If you send an email there and say that you're interested, someone is going to get back to you and get you in. We're going to drag you in, actually. We have
Yes.
our website, which is dshp.org or dshp. DSHP and CSHP.org. But if you Google that, you will get our website and you can get connected through there. Or you can email me directly or Brooke directly, and I'll have those emails in the notes of this video that you're watching. And please subscribe to our DSHP channel so you can get notifications every time we share another DSHP member story. And now I just want to thank you, Brooke,
Thank you so much for
President,
having me. It was so
President Brooke, for
fun.
coming on a slow, relaxed Saturday morning to share your journey, your amazing, inspiring journey with us and the impact that the SHP has had in that journey. And until we have our next member come on, stay blessed, guy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Brigitte. Thanks, everyone.